Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode of Sell Those Flipping Cars. I'm Zachary, and in today's episode, we're going to replace the alternator on the 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan, so stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. As I said, we're on the 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan today, and the owner of this vehicle had the vehicle die on him because the alternator failed while he was driving. Now, a little bit of charging system information for you guys, just in case you want to know, is it the alternator or is it the battery? Okay, if you have a bad battery, the alternator, which is supposed to help the vehicle continue running, right, while the engine is running, the battery starts the vehicle, the alternator keeps it running. Okay, if you have a bad battery, the alternator will spend all of its time trying to bring the battery back to life. Because remember, the alternator is not only supposed to keep the vehicle alive, but is supposed to recharge the battery while the vehicle is in movement. Now, if you have a bad battery, the alternator thinks it has to bring that battery back before it can actually focus on the vehicle, which causes the vehicle to die, okay, and leave you stranded on the side of the road. I don't want that. You don't want that. Let's get it fixed. This repair is going to cost you, on average, $800 in the repair shop. That is insane, okay? Let's go ahead and knock it out together right here on the channel for free, and I'll go ahead and give you all the step-by-steps right through it, taking away all that anxiety and craziness to get it done. Let's jump in it, guys. All right, guys, here it is, the Dodge Grand Caravan 2013 model. This is going to work for the 2014, 2015, 2016s as well. First off, we got to get the Serpentine belt off, but we have our new alternator right here. As everybody knows, the alternator is actually in here at a terrible spot. I'm going to point out it's right there in the darkness there. So there you go. I'll use one of my fingers. There we go. But we're not going that way. Okay, we're going from down below. But I want to point out to you guys really quick, bolt location on your alternator. Now your alternator is in your vehicle just like this. Okay, you have two 13mm long bolts up top and a long 13mm at the bottom that you can see right above your AC compressor. Okay, you also have your wire in the back, which is another 13, and your wire harness. Do not forget to get that wire harness off. You do not want to rip that thing off, okay? All right, so now we're under here. Let me go ahead and turn on the light for you guys. Can get dark under here sometimes. So, all right, we're gonna first start down here with a 3/8 drive on the belt tensioner right there, guys. We're gonna go ahead, take the Serpentine belt off. That's gonna relieve all the tension we need off of the alternator, which is right there in the upper right-hand corner. It is your last pulley on the Serpentine belt. So as you see right there, I'm going to point at it. There's your first long 13mm bolt with the nut right on the end, right above the AC compressor. It is not hidden, which is always nice. Then we do have our other two bolts. Let me try to get a better view of those for you guys. And there those are. As you see, guys, the long two 13mm bolts at the top of the alternator. You can access them from down here as well. So let me go ahead, take the Serpentine belt off, and we'll see what we're looking. All right, guys, I went ahead and relieved the tension off of the belt. Now we can go ahead and take the Serpentine belt all the way out. If you guys want to know your Serpentine belt diagram, I will be
doing that at the end of the video, so definitely stay tuned for that one, guys. That way you can get your vehicle back up and going with your new alternator, and you won't have to worry about, you know, did I put the serpentine belt on right? I don't know. Let's see. All right, not going to do that. All right, so now, all right, so even though we can actually reach the bolts that are on the side of the alternator from the bottom, once you actually get those bolts out, you still won't be able to get the alternator out because you have no room. Okay, you see the alternator right there. I'm going to point at it. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the cooling fan, this front cross member, move the upper radiator hose out of the way, get this stuff moved out. We do not need to remove the radiator. We are not, we don't need that much clearance. We just need cross member, cooling fan, get them out of the way so we can get those last 2 bolts on the alternator and then bring it towards us and out. Let's do it, guys. All right, also don't forget about the wire harness, guys. You do have the red tabs, so you want to move those out of the way. Get the wire harness so you don't break any of those wires. Also grab your trim tool because some of the wire is held in by the little clips and you don't want to break those. So make sure you just move them out of the way properly without breaking. When you're taking off the wire harness right here at the top of the cooling fan, at the middle, you're going to have a wire harness right in the center, about halfway down. You see it? I'm going to go ahead and point at it for you guys. What I did is I went ahead and used my trim tool. Okay, you see how it's angled? I went ahead and put it down there, okay, and I brought the red tab up. Okay, then I used both my hands, one to press the tab, one to lift up. Do not pull on the wires. You will pull them out and you will have a bigger problem besides your alternator if you do that. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and move the rest of that out of the way so we can get this cooling fan out. All right, guys, here we are on the cooling fan. You see on your corners of this cooling fan, it's just, okay. Now the camera wanted to flip over. Everyone sees it now. Okay. You see right there, I'm going to go ahead and point at it with the fingers. It has a little sitting on a shelf or arm of some sorts. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and grab your trim tool. Okay. And you're going to put it right here. Right here. See that? Right here. And you are going to add a little pressure. A little pressure. For everyone puts in the comment section, oh, I broke it. Yeah, you didn't put a little pressure, okay? I'm talking little pressure, okay? You just bring it out just a little so you can bring it past that ledge, while with your other hand, you pull up slightly and carefully. It's plastic. This is a 2013 model, okay? That means it's now 2021, so that plastic has been in your car for 8 years. Okay, is seeing a lot of heat, a lot of cold. It is dry rotted, you know, plastic dries. So be careful, guys. Let's get that thing out. right, guys, now that you see that the cooling fan is out over there with that coolant reservoir, let's go ahead and look in here and see what kind of room we have now. Oh, well, that is a lot nicer. See that, guys? See the clearance you have on it now? Okay, you can easily reach down here and work. You can get these bolts, because remember, they're long bolts, okay? You had to take the cooling fan out to get these puppies out. Here we go, coming out, whoop. All right. Not as long as most of us have seen with head bolts, you know, especially after doing all those Jeep head gaskets. But I mean, check it out, okay? Put it in there. Remember where the cooling fan was. It was about right here, okay? So you'd have to bend it. I can't get it out, but nope, I got it out because I moved the cooling fan. So save your guys yourselves the time, the headache. You know, let's get this job done quickly, okay? So we can go do something else with our day. All right, so now since we have access to the back of the alternator, we're gonna go ahead and move this red tab. If it wants to move. Sometimes they don't want to move. You know, they've been in there for a minute. Oh, that was the dipstick. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we're gonna go ahead and use our trim tool, move the red tab, do not break it. Here we go, let's focus a little bit more for you guys. My apologies. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move the red tab out. Okay, do not break it. Then go ahead and reach in there, press the tab, and pull that plug out. You get a chance. Hold that for me, bro. Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
Come on. There we go. If it takes a little second, just give it a little wiggle, guys, okay? And then it'll move out of your way. As you see right here on the top, you do have your main power for your alternator as well. So that you'll have to squeeze together and bring it out. It is a 13 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that wrench. Let's go ahead and take that plug off. All right, guys, I want to show you real quick on the alternator. As I said, your alternator is in the vehicle just like that, okay? Your bottom bolt, it's in there like this, okay? Your bolt is a E tool, okay? It's an E tool. The size is E8, okay? That's E8, el ocho, okay? 8. Now, I went ahead and put mine on the air ratchet and went ahead and loosened it off really quick and got it out of the way. I'll even show you now with that last bolt being out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna reach down here, move the harness out of the way real quick. You wanna watch how close you're getting to your radiator. That way you don't mess up any of the fins, okay? As you can see from this one, guys, it's pretty tore up. You know, it's old. You can, you know, when you are spinning the pulley, you can hear, you know, something is totally off. And sadly, this alternator was tested and it wasn't, you know, putting out the correct voltage. So it's gone. It's out of our way. We're gonna go ahead, put that one down, pick up our new one. Now this one, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the link to the parts and tools used in today's video in the video description down below. That way you guys don't have to hunt and search, hey, does this part fit my Grand Caravan? Does this part, hopefully it works and hopefully I can get back to work. Okay, so I'm just gonna save you guys the headache. I'm gonna throw it in the video description down below and we're gonna go ahead just like this. Okay, you have the one bolt down here, 2 up top, and we're gonna go ahead and place it back in. Okay, remember you're watching the fins of the radiator, making sure that your alternator doesn't hit it and dent it up. Okay, so hold on just a second. We're gonna weasel this thing down here slowly and steady. Okay, it is not a race, guys. I love hearing from you guys in the comment section. So if you do have any questions about this repair, please leave them in the comment section. I would love to answer your questions and get you guys back on the road without having to pay an arm and a leg, okay? All right, let me go ahead and get down there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that E-bolt in at the bottom.
and make sure everything's set down there, and then we'll jump up top, put those 2 long 13mm bolts in, and then we can go ahead and attach everything. Quick tip when it comes to the alternator: get your top 2 bolts first. Get them started, then go to the bottom, get your bottom E bolt put in, tighten it all the way down. Then you'll put your nut on, tighten that all the way down, then come back up top, finish tightening those bolts, okay? Then while you're up top, you can go ahead and throw your power wire on the back, which is a 13mm nut, and your harness as well. You'll be good to go.
All right, guys, so here we are underneath, getting the serpentine belt on. We do see we have 3 top pulleys there. As you see, one say idler in the center, and that is your only smooth pulley. You also look to your left, you have your belt tensioner right there in the center with your, looks like power steering, pump all the way in the back, crank right there. AC compressor right in front of us. Water pump is going to be up there as well. I'm going to point at it. And your alternator that we just replaced. You do have an idler, as you see it right up there, just sitting there. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the serpentine belt diagram up on the screen right now. That way you guys see how to actually do this. I would love to show you right in here, and you know, that'll just turn out great. I'm going to show you the serpentine belt diagram, and that way you guys get the belt on as quickly as possible and get your vehicle back on the road. Remember, you are using a 3/8 drive ratchet or breaker bar. Remember to go to the left, okay, to loosen it, and get yourself some more slack so you can take the All right, here we go, guys. Easy peasy. Serpentine belt is on. Did throw the serpentine belt diagram up there on the screen for you guys, so you got it. As you see, it's real easy. Just make sure you're all on the serpentine, you're all on the pulleys correctly. Double check, because those edges on the pulleys act like can openers to that serpentine belt if you do not set it centered. Okay? So make sure you save yourselves the heartache, and great job, guys. You just saved yourselves $200.
Hey guys, now wasn't that easy? Are you kidding me? 800 bucks for what? 3 bolts, a harness, and a little power plug on the back? Come on. All right, guys. Now, hey, remember, just in case you didn't catch it in the little time-lapse clip I put on there for you, disconnect your battery first. Just the negative side. You don't have to pull the entire battery out. Okay, just take the negative side of the battery off anytime that you're going to touch your wire harness and start unplugging things, okay? Make sure you do that. Guys, hey, I love helping you guys on the vehicles, and I love helping you find the parts and tools that you need for all these repairs. So make sure you check the video description down below for all the parts and tools used in today's video. Now, if you are not mechanically inclined and you're like, Zach, this is just way too much, man. I need my car fixed, but I just don't have the, the time. And I understand that, guys, okay? Vehicles take a lot of time. If you don't have that time, I got a solution for you. It's called Protect My Car, okay? It is a increased coverage of your vehicle, even if it's an older vehicle and not new. They help you at the repair shop so you don't have to pay the full price for the repair. So guys, I'm not going to try to sell you on anything. I am going to tell you, I talked to the guys over there and they're going to hook you up with a free quote. So I'm going to throw the number down below right there. Okay. Go ahead and give them a call, see if it can help you out, especially if you're in a time crunch and you don't have time to fix your own vehicle nor the tools. Because, hey, don't get me wrong, okay? Get a good collection of tools, but tools are expensive and you want to make sure that you're using your investment properly. So, hey, if you don't have the time, hit those guys up. They'll help you out. If you do have the time and you have questions, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll answer them personally myself. So until next time, guys, hey, keep on wrenching. Take care.